this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping back. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you give me a big thumbs up. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel so you get more videos as I'm uploading those. And comment down below if you have any questions or comments about the project that I'm painting. Alright, so let's get started. I unfortunately had taken a little bit of a break to prepare for my taxes, and so now that I've gotten that completed, I can spend some more time doing videos again. Thank the Lord. Alright, so this is basically what I'm going to show you how to paint. Just a quick little 5-petal flower. I will be doing it once again on these fun little canvases. They're 6 by 6, 1.5 inch deep, which I really like the depth of them. And it's the Edge, which is Creative Mark Artist Products. And we will be using a round brush, which is the number 8, the Princeton Heritage Series. My good old Scruffy Brush, which is a small one, I'm not sure the size, but well used. And then a tiny little flat brush from Low Cornell. And I'm not sure what the size is on this, I can't see it. But anyhow, it's definitely a very small one. And then one of my trusty one-stroke brushes, a number 12 flat brush. Paint I'm going to be using is multi-surface white pearl, folk art enamels, yellow ochre, linen, which is also multi-surface, moon yellow, which is multi-surface, magenta, also multi-surface, violet pansy, multi-surface, and citrus green, which is a multi-surface paint, along with the thicket, which is an enamel. Alright, so I am not doing anything to prepare this canvas, just going to paint on it as it is, and we are going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to do my set of 3, and again it's going to be a similar design, not necessarily this exact same one. Alright, so I'm just going to push this down, kind of almost like you're doing a watercolor in a sense, where I'm just kind of using the brush and just moving the paint around, but not putting any water. I don't want you to get confused and think I'm using water with this, because I'm not. Just using the paint, just kind of wiggling it a little bit, doing one base or one color at a time, just kind of flattening out the brush. Try to just make little wiggly so it's not just a solid straight edge. If you can tell that in the video. Alright, keep moving on here. I'm going to go down to the next flower and try to put my petal like right in here, kind of close to that one. And just spread the paint out, make sure it's covering. Kind of keep going to this direction, I do believe. Again, I'm just kind of pushing those bristles down on that round brush. There. And just keep moving it around. Alright, so this is pretty easy, meant to be easy. Again, with my channel, when I'm doing the painting, the intention is to be something that's for beginners that most could paint if they wanted to. I really don't do a lot of drawing of my patterns before I paint them. I know there's a lot of people that do. I just pretty much do the brush to the paper or canvas or glass, whatever it is I'm painting, and go. So that's just, like I said, pretty much how I roll with my painting. Actually, when I started painting, I was doing stenciling, which I'd kind of like to maybe do a little bit more of the stenciling, just to show you how you can do it and how you can actually add your touch to it. But for right now, we're going to do this. Get set up into too many things. It's one thing I've noticed with a lot of creative people. They tend to do different things. They don't necessarily stick with one medium. They get into multi-mediums, which makes me feel good because then I know that I'm pretty normal. Okay, now this one I'm going to kind of run it right next to that one, right up against it. Maybe even think that maybe some of it's tucked down under it or over it. Might even bring my leaf up like that, or my petal up like that. Alright, so then the next thing I'm going to do is add some of the white pearl to the leaves. And again, this project's going to be doing some layering of the colors. Now on top, and then coming back and maybe layering some more. That's why I say it's pretty easy. You're not doing a one stroke, you're not doing any kind of crazy shapes or whatnot, that you can actually, just about anybody can do this. You can pick up a paintbrush. This is the first time I've used this white pearl, which is pretty, very pretty. Gives it a little bit of a shimmer. Oh, I think I forgot to say one of the paints. Did I say Violet Pansy? I'm not sure if I said that or not, but we'll be adding that too. Okay, make sure you can see. I've got some new things to show you. I actually bought some new glassware today. I got a new product that's coming out that I actually was lucky enough to get prior to it being sold to the public. And I'm so excited about it. So you'll have to stay tuned and come back again. And now that my time is freed up some too, I'm going to be working on putting my restock sale together for my painted glass, so I can actually start doing more of the glass painting videos. I've had to kind of put a little hold on those, even though, like I said, I did buy some new glass today because there's a project I want to show you, kind of do a review, as you will, for this product. But things that I've done so far with it, I absolutely love. It's almost like it came out at the right time because I'm starting to paint on stones and do the rock hiding, which I haven't hidden any rocks yet, but I am going to be doing that here soon. I do have a few that are ready. Like I said, this product is making that project actually a lot easier. A lot easier. Alright, so now I'm going to go in. Now what I did is I mixed some of the Perfect Purple with the magenta and then added some of the linen into it to get this next color that I'm going to be adding to the flowers. And again, this is just not meant to cover the whole thing. It's just meant to go back in, adding it to part of the petals. Just giving the flower leaves itself a little bit of interest. You can still see the pearl. Get that out of there. When you're doing this, you know, you can always go back over it with some more of the magenta. But I'm just basically just touching it on, just kind of spreading it. Like I said, I've been practicing doing watercolor. Can't say that I've mastered that by any means, but I'm working on it. Hopefully that's something I can show you in the future, because I actually really like it. It's very, very calming to me. You know, when you're stressed out, it's kind of nice to have something that you can do that gives you some relief. And I happen to be somebody that gets very stressed out easily. Honestly, I've had a lot on my plate this past year, winding down with the taxes because my father passed away last May, so I have to get his taxes done as well as my own. And then I have a lot of new stuff regarding my own because of his passing, and that's just like, oh my goodness, I am done. I am ready to get back into creating. Definitely ready. Okay, so I might just go back over this a little bit, just kind of blend it a little bit. Not too much. You don't have to do it too much, because I just really want it to be sporadic. It's not intended to be, I'm not intending it to be like a smooth transition or blended per se. I'm just meaning for it to be just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. Like I said, it's just giving it some texture and some interest to add this back in. And the way I'm putting the paint on, it is making it more of a textured look. I'm not using anything to add texture to the paint, just so that you're aware of that too. That's not what I'm doing. Although I have gotten kind of interested in that as well. And I'm just going to add back on a little bit of the pearl. So I know I used to do a lot of Zentangle, which I haven't done for a while. I used to draw all the time, just all the time. See how this kind of gives it a little shimmer. Let me put a little bit more pink into this one. Just a little shimmer when you're adding this white into it. A little texture, because I do like the texture. I think that's so pretty. I'm just going to go back in. Try not to do too much of the... Just put it in there like that. A little bit over here. So pretty, so pretty. So again, if you follow my channel you try any of the projects that I'm creating. I'd love to see your work. If you have any comments, or if there's anything in particular you want me to paint, it's something that I can do. I will surely give it a shot. Definitely make sure, if you like this video, that you share it with your friends. Like I said, I think it's a fun little project. Like I said, I love these little canvases. Haven't listed any of these for sale, but I will be doing that soon. Just haven't done it yet. Alright, I'm going to give that a little bit of time to dry. Not a whole lot of time, but I will be putting the centers in when the flower is wet still. But I'm going to go ahead and throw some petals, or some, I keep saying that, throw some leaves into the design. And basically with these leaves, do it like this, I am basically just doing very simple leaves. Like that, and then I'm just coming back over it like that, and then just doing a little bit of a line, a stem to it. Do it again. So I'm basically using my flat brush on this, and then I'm just coming back over the same, doing the same stroke, and then just putting it like that. And then we'll come back over this direction, do the same thing. It's almost like kind of like doing a double leaf, but you're just one leaf, just giving it a different look. I'm going to do it again, and then kind of bring that down here. Now, when you're doing a project like this, if you want to allow more drying time for your flower, I mean, certainly go ahead and do so. It makes, painting, when you're painting over it or painting around it, a little bit easier, because then the paint doesn't mix. But if you don't mind that look, then feel free to continue on. And a lot of times when I'm doing a video like this, because I just want to be able to get it done and show you what I'm doing, I don't allow it to dry. And I may not allow it to dry, to be honest with you. I'm kind of impatient when it comes to stuff like that. And then if you want to bring it around, you can. But I like a lot of leaves. And I think that's a cute leaf. It's basically like kind of doing a double leaf. And you could do it like that, put another one over top of it, make it a little bit smaller. And if you wanted it to dry, you could do more petaling in the middle. With it being wet, I'm really not going to do that too much, because I know that it's going to probably not work very well. And the one thing neat about this is that you can always, if you feel like you messed something up, you can always fix it. Just go back in and paint over it. Or even once it dries, if you feel like you want to allow it to dry a little bit longer, then go back and fix it. That's fine. Or like I said, just let it dry, period, before you put anything in it that's going to be touching the flower petals, because they are a little thicker. So I do have to say that they will take a little bit more drying time because of the way I did the petals. But that was not unintentional. They were meant to be that way. Just a little bit over here. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is take the wee little flat brush, double load it with the, this one reminds me of school bus, but with the moon yellow and the yellow ochre. And since the brush is so small, it's really, I mean, it's double loaded, but I'm not really too freaked out over it being loaded. Now that did pick up some of that paint, which is fine. You know, it's okay to have some of the pink in it. Actually, kind of looks pretty. In fact, I kind of like it with some of the pink in it. And got some green in it. Okay. And I like that. Like I said, that's fine. Having a little bit of the pink in there. Perfectly okay with me. But again, if you're somebody that's meticulous about that and that bothers you, don't do it. Let it dry. Put a heat gun to it, let it dry. You know, whatever helps you make it the way you want it, then go for it. Okay, so let's do that back in here. And I hope with my hands you're able to see what I'm doing. So I am just lightly going through and adding these in to where I've painted already. Now just keep in mind, if you're allowing it to dry first, then you would be able to overlap these flowers a little bit more. But since I'm really not allowing the drying time, then it's not. I'm just trying to be very careful with it that I don't get too much of the color from what I'm painting on over it. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I have that part done. The last thing I'm going to do is to throw the centers in. Again, I'm going to be using my Scruffy Brush. I'm double loading it with the brown I used, and I'm not sure I even told you that one. Sorry about that. The Bare Brown, it's a multi-surface, and the yellow ochre. So I'm going to touch it in the center, and again with the center being, or the petals being wet still, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be picking up paint from the flower petals. Which again, for me that's fine. But if it's not for you, then make sure you dry. Give some dry time. I'm just tapping it in, just very, very lightly. Lightly as far as tapping it. Not putting a lot. I could do more so if the petals were dry. Tapping in some more brown, and then towards some goes. Don't want to overwork it either. That's one thing I get kind of crazy with my centers, and then I tend to overwork them. You could also just tap it in with your brush if you wanted to do that. Just tap in or add dots. Just trying to find my stylus. to be able to add some dots to them. But anyhow, I think that's finished. So let me know. Again, if you have any questions, comments, please comment below. If you're new and want to see more of my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell that's beside that button so that you get notifications whenever I post something new. And share this video with your friends. Again, I hope you like it. I think it's pretty. It's pretty and simple. Pretty and simple. Alright, and until the next video, you have a good evening.